Can Singapore hawker food be food as medicine that helps you improve your blood sugar, blood pressure, or blood cholesterol? Or does eating at hawker centers mean that you can never really improve your diabetes, hypertension, or high cholesterol through your food choices? Hi, I'm Dr. Chan. My focus and passion is in helping people to improve their chronic conditions such as diabetes through their lifestyle and food choices. Let me tell you a story. The story of David. David has diabetes. He said to me, "Doctor, my blood sugar is not good, but I cannot do anything about it because I have to eat at hawker centers almost all the time. My work location and circumstances make it impossible for me to do otherwise." And I said to David, "Nope, that is not true. Hawker food may not be the most healthy, and it is generally not ideal for blood sugar control, but still, there will always be room for you to make better choices that will help in some way to minimize unhealthy blood sugar spikes when eating at hawker centers. And if you are able to make those better choices consistently over a period of time, that will translate to better blood sugar control to some degree." So I assessed his usual choices when eating at hawker centers. I gave him some specific suggestions on changes that he could make. And then I coached and supported him through that few months to make those changes. David is not a real patient. His story is a composite story drawn from my years of coaching Singaporeans with diabetes and other chronic diseases. My typical coaching sessions run between 45 minutes and an hour, and I spend the bulk of that time reviewing my patients' lifestyle and eating habits, identifying specific areas that I would challenge them to improve. And when you're coaching Singaporeans with chronic diseases, the topic of hawker centers, hawker food would almost always come out and feature in a very big way. David's story is drawn from those conversations and the many years I spent coaching patients with diabetes and other chronic diseases. Now, back to the story of David. So fast forward a few months later, we tested his blood sugar again. His results came back and his blood sugar levels were significantly improved. David did not change where he ate. He continued eating at hawker centers most of the time, especially on weekdays when he is working. But David changed what he chose to eat when eating at hawker centers. And that was enough. From my experience, David's story is the norm, not the exception. So, what is the purpose behind why I am telling you this story about David? My intention is that I want to encourage Singaporeans to practice food as medicine, especially for combating the sankao, the three high blood sugar, high blood pressure, high cholesterol, even when they have to or want to eat at hawker centers often. Singapore hawker food may not be the most healthy and clearly not the most nutritious. It never has been and it never will be, but it can still be food as medicine. Especially food as medicine for improving the control of the major diet-related chronic diseases such as the sankao or the three highs. Because food as medicine for improving the control of diet-related chronic diseases is not so much about eating the most perfect, most nutritious food. It is about making consistent food choices that are better than what you were doing before, specifically with regard to the condition that you are targeting to improve, and to making those targeted and clearly better choices consistently improve your blood sugar, your blood pressure, or whatever you need to or are targeting to improve. And here is what makes hawker centers actually very useful for this. There is always variety in hawker centers. There are always options. You can always choose differently. You can mix and match. For example, you can order a generous portion of vegetables from the Yong Tau Foo store, even when you are having chicken rice, and then take from both to make your own meal so that it ends up proportionately more vegetables than rice and lower in GI, lower in glycemic index than chicken rice alone. Not perfect, but clearly better, especially with regards to minimizing unhealthy blood sugar spikes. If that is your concern, if that is what you need the most, is that Yong Tau Foo plus chicken rice mix and match meal in the above example a clearly healthy or nutritious meal? No, not really. Is it still high in salt and maybe high in unhealthy oil? Yes, most possibly. But that is not the point. The point is, would that be clearly better than if you had just chicken rice alone? The answer then is clearly yes. That is the point. Your new choices do not need and can never be perfect. They just need to be better than your old choices. And if you make those better choices consistently over time, better results would usually follow. Let me emphasize this again. It is that difference between your old choices and your new choices. That is what translates into a real difference in your blood sugar or your blood pressure, your blood cholesterol, or whatever that you're needing to or targeting to improve. So the point is not about finding the perfect 10 upon 10 meal in terms of overall healthfulness or nutrition when eating at hawker centers. The point is about consistently choosing better in an intentional, targeted manner every single time, all the time when you eat at hawker centers. So don't let perfect get in the way of good. Don't even let good get in the way of better. Choose better consistently for some time, and better results will, or at least may, follow. So who says you cannot practice food as medicine at the Singapore Hawker Centre, especially when targeting to lower the sun cow or the three highs of high blood sugar, high blood pressure, or high cholesterol, or any other lifestyle-related chronic diseases where diets or food choices play a significant role. I'm Dr. Chan. Let your habits be your medicine. Choose better and be better. Take care.